Rockies are still evolving under Bud Black, and Ian Desmond brings more change. The Rockies' 16-10 record in April was the third best start in club history. San Diego, in some circles, he is known better as Habanero, a Spanish nickname that accumulated somewhere along the way like baseball monikers sometimes do, the product of the daily grind of games. But in the 6 months since Bud Black took over as Rockies manager, the name faded away. "I'm trying to think," Black said Tuesday from the visiting dugout at Petco Park, a perch he had never before occupied. "I don't think anybody has called me that in Denver. Those people who do call me Pepez have known me a long time. It does make me giggle at times." The longtime former Padres manager returned to San Diego for his first series as an opposing manager. He brought a team that, even after streaking through April, is still searching for its own identity. The Rockies entered the day in first place in the National League West, despite the run differential in the red. The Rockies, the high-flying Bombers, had allowed 6 more runs than they scored. And Black is fiddling with the lineup, trying to find a place for a surplus of talent. Black on Tuesday started Ian Desmond at first base, his first start at the position in a 9-year career. Mark Reynolds, whose team-high 8 home runs and 23 RBIs have him on an all-star pace, was relegated to the bench. And they are still waiting for the slow returns of 2 players meant to be mainstays, catcher Tom Murphy, whose broken forearm is healing slower than expected, and outfielder David Dahl, whose stressed rib is healing even slower and still not swinging a bat in full. The day off Monday between a winning series in Arizona and another in San Diego gave Black and the Rockies a breath to reflect. "It was good for the guys to realize where they are and what they did in April," Black said. "They can feel good about that. I still think where we are offensively is not where we will end up." Desmond's delayed arrival, he started his first game Sunday, the final day of April, in left field, in a 13-inning loss to the Diamondbacks, has already remade the Rockies lineup. He hit 5th against the Padres, behind Carlos Gonzalez and in front of Gerardo Parra and Trevor Story, giving Black a left-right slalom in the middle order. More dramatically, it set down Reynolds, whose tier through the first month gave him a .968 ops on base plus slugging percentage, the 5th best among first basemen in the NL. It seems, going forward, Reynolds might be something more like a spot starter and pinch hitter. Black on Tuesday stressed that Desmond, whom the Rockies signed in December to a 5-year, $70 million contract, will play nearly every day, either at first base or in left field or center field. Reynolds will fit in behind him. "I went to a T-ball game yesterday and all 13 of them played at once," Black said. "We have 8 spots. And we have 12 position players. We can't play all 12. The Rockies' 16-10 record in April was the third best start in club history. Black's return to San Diego, where he managed for 9 seasons, allowed him a moment to reflect where he was and where his new team is headed. But he had never seen the visitors' clubhouse at Petco Park until Tuesday. He figured out where to go. "It's a long season," Black said. "And I know every manager, every coach, every general manager says that. Players say that, but to be where we are right now, we feel good about it." Footnotes. LHP Mike Dunn back spasms pitched a simulated inning Monday in Scottsdale, Arizona, throwing 19 pitches to 4 hitters, then 16 more in the bullpen. The Rockies will likely reactivate him off the disabled list Wednesday. "I feel great," he said. "I'm good to go." See Tom Murphy broken forearm is healing slower than the Rockies envisioned. He is now in a soft cast, after a bone scan showed some improvement. Dahl's stressed rib is also healing slower than expected and has not yet hit in full batting practice. His timeline is farther off than Murphy's. Looking ahead, RHP Antonio Senzatella 3-1, 2.81 at Padres. RHP Jared Weaver 0-2, 4.71 Wednesday 8:10 p.m. Root TV, 850M. The 4 runs Senzatella allowed over 6 innings in his last start, against the scorching hot Nationals in Denver, was the worst outing of his career and his first loss. But even then, it was promising. He went right after Washington's best hitters, throwing black painting fastballs to Bryce Harper in the first inning that were borderline strikes before Harper walked. There's variety in his fastball-dominant approach. He can add and subtract, pitch inside and out, up and down, and with various arm angles. Thursday, Rockies LHP Al Freeland at Padres RHP Luis Palomo 020, 4.96 p.m. Route. Friday, Diamondbacks RHP Zach Greinke 2-2, 3.19 at Rockies LHP Tyler Anderson 1-3, 7.716 p.m. Route. Saturday, Diamondbacks LHP Patrick Corbin 2-3, 2.29 at Rockies German Marquez 0-1, 7.206 p.m. Route.